something that is of grave concern in our society.
It's a season and a reason for everything.
I'm going above and beyond, so I'm not going to go above and beyond.
That's what we're talking about now. No.
You know right from wrong. You know how you felt. You caused that on someone.
Hi there, and welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. Well, we are here, since the ladies said I put them to sleep with my money matters information, I thought it best that we move along to our guest today, who is Donna Brock, who is the Director of Strategic Communications and University Relations at Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia. And Donna, we are so delighted to have you with us today. This is Domestic Violence Month, and Clark has something very interesting happening over there, a call to true beauty.
We do, and I have to tell you, it's Clark Atlanta University.
Okay.
Two great institutions and one driving visionary force. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as you all have discussed, and we are launching the call to true beauty. It is a dating and domestic violence prevention, advocacy, and awareness campaign, and it's very interesting because all of the issues that you raised, either seriously or jokingly, during the first two segments are issues that we really want to deal with during the week of October 25th through the 31st at Clark Atlanta University.
Oh, so there's going to be a big event over there.
There is. We're having a week-long campaign, and it's sponsored by Verizon Wireless, which is the call, and it's also sponsored by Avon, which is True Beauty, which is how we came up with the name, and it's also sponsored by our award-winning radio station, WCLK. So it's women and men lifting the purpose, WCLK, of dating and domestic violence.
Okay, so I understand that you're kind of focusing on young women between the ages of 16 and 24, and why is that?
We are, because we know data tell us, National Bureau of Justice Statistics tell us that the most likely victims of dating and domestic violence are women between the ages of 16 and 24 in dating relationships. Other data tell us that 1 in 5 women in a dating relationship at the college level will suffer dating and domestic violence abuse. So this is a target population for us. And what we really want to do during this week is to take away the statistics and put faces on those numbers. I tell people all the time, I could tell you that a woman in the United States gets battered every 9 seconds. Every 9 seconds, a woman in the United States is battered by someone who's supposed to love her.
You know,
but if you put your mother or your daughter or your niece or your sister or your aunt or your best friend or your co-host, if you put that face on the statistic, it takes on a whole new dimension. And we know that 95% of the victims of dating and domestic violence are in fact women.
Now, does it come in follow, because a lot of people say, oh, that's not, you don't do that.
What we know is that unfortunately, it has no color. It is a very random act when you look at it from a racial perspective. What we are concerned about, however, is the level of underreporting, particularly in the African American community. In the African American and Hispanic communities, we know that the incidence is equally high. It's across communities, but we are more likely to underreport for a number of reasons. Distrust of the justice system, and later this month we'll have someone from the DA's office here to talk about their legal perspective. So all of your legal questions will lead to the justice system. But we are very concerned about underreporting. We also are very, very concerned that women understand early warning signs of dating and domestic violence.
Which some of those signs are?
The most likely sign of domestic or dating violence is verbal abuse. And we're very concerned because, as you all mentioned in your first segment, when you hear, women being called out of their names in songs, or when you see it on television, even in cartoons, and you've been socialized in the media and in your environment, even from a very young age, things that should be sending up red flags and signaling warning bells don't. So part of what we want to do, particularly in our symposium on the 27th of October, we want to expose women to those early warning signals so that they're aware and conscious. Every woman is a real woman with real power, and we want women to esteem that power and to esteem themselves so that the second, you're in a situation, you understand you have a new consciousness about it.
But Donna, doesn't that work two ways, though? Where you have violence against men?
We absolutely know that domestic violence also occurs against men, and that's why our campaign theme is women and men.
Sure.
Okay. Courageously lifting the curses against domestic violence.
The man is God. Our YouTube says, hear what he did. He is acknowledging that men
absolutely.
One of our YouTube posts got on we just couldn't see it.
He felt that we were taking the side of women.
And statistics indicate that women are primarily the victims, but
more so than the men are.
But when you're the victim, abuse is abuse.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Sure. Hi, we have a caller on the line. Hi, caller. Welcome to Real Women, Real Issues.
Well, I have a question. I know that we're waiting to connect with our caller, and it may not even be a question. I watched an episode on television the other night, and it really dealt with a teenage girl involved in a dating situation, and the boyfriend was violent. And although we're trying to educate our young people about violence and recognizing the signs and symptoms, parents also need to be aware of those signs so that you recognize what's going on with your young person. At your event, will you be addressing those types of issues to parents? Will you be informing adult parents about what to look for?
Absolutely. We invite not only members of Atlanta's university communities to come out, but we also invite parents to come out to the symposium on the 27th of October, because we will have with us Strong Start, which is funded by the Robert Boyd Foundation and part of Emory University's Jane Fonda Health Center. One of their core strategies in their mission to prevent dating and teen violence is targeting parents, getting the information out to parents. So we are delighted to have just signed them on as a new partner in this initiative.
Wonderful.
So we're really trying to cover the bases. Clearly, we want to target the college population because we know statistics say that, again, women 16 to 24 in dating relationships experience the highest per capita rate. But it really runs with a spectrum of ages. What we know is that dating and domestic violence is the leading cause of injury in women ages 15 to 24, more than muggings, auto accidents, and cancer deaths combined. Wow. Those are national statistics.
Now I have a question. She brought up the movie that she brought up the video. Do you feel from a perspective or speak to the victim from the angle of when you come from that perfect household and you've never seen your dad with your mom and just, domestic violence mom, but you wind up in a situation that you speak from that angle as well, because in the movie there was no domestic violence.
Well, let me be very clear. I'm not a counselor. I am not a psychologist, and I'm not a clinician. But it's very important that we have credible sources delivering credible information. And so at the symposium, we actually will have counseling psychologist Dr. Marilyn Lineberger from Clark, Atlanta, is going to join you on the 26th. It's very, very important that we have domestic abuse survivors who will come and share their testimonies. We're honoring 2 survivors this year. We actually are going to have people from the DA's office come and speak. We're going to have people from a spiritual perspective participate. We're going to have people talk about love without the drama. We're going to have Morehouse School of Medicine. So we really have developed a very well-rounded panel of experts for an afternoon session on dating and domestic violence, and then an evening session that talks particularly about sexual assault. And all of this occurs on October 27th at 2 p.m. all the way through the afternoon until 8 p.m. Now, part of that day is also a movie that our sponsor, Verizon Wireless, had produced on domestic and dating abuse, telling Amy's story. It's an actual woman who's a Verizon Wireless employee who experiences, so you will actually be able to see what happens from a victim's perspective.
That is awesome.
Incredible.
Do we have a caller on the line? Hi, caller. How are you? Welcome to Real Women, Real Issues.
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
Great, how are you?
Great. A question for your guest is, I know I was looking at the statistics. It says between the ages of 15 and 44, the injury rate for women. Well, I mean, it seems like this is something that's been since the beginning of relationships, and it's sad in a sense because it seemed like there would be some effective programs that would start curbing this type of abuse toward women, and especially if you look at the age group of looking at 15, because at that time you could probably scar a woman for the rest of their life. So what program are you guys being effective? Because I go to church, there's 90% women in church on Sunday. There's a growing number of women in the workforce. More women are starting to get college degrees than men, and done outnumber men. How can something like this be, and what programs do you see that's really effective for curbing this type of violence for a woman? Thanks.
It's a wonderful question, and I'm going to give you the perfect answer. I think you should plan to attend the Call to True Beauty, October 25th and 33rd at Clark Atlanta University. And let me tell you why. This isn't just a pitch, although it is where you should be that week. Our two major sponsors, Avon Products and Verizon Wireless, are really 2 of the leading campaigners against domestic violence in the national corporate community. Their program, Verizon Wireless, has a program where you can actually donate your old cell phone, and they are recycled to help the victims of domestic violence. Avon Products, the Avon Foundation, has an incredible network of resources for victims of dating and domestic violence. In fact, they have their own series of public service announcements, and if you go to their website, you'll find them. Verizon and Avon will be there. We've also partnered with the Partnership Against Domestic Violence. We also are partnering with Strong Start. We also are partnering with the District Attorney's Office. In fact, we also are partnering with Atlanta City Council. They will be at a press conference we're holding the day after the symposium on the 28th. We will have victims there to tell their stories and how they transitioned into survivorship. CBS Atlanta also is partnering with us, and so they're going to help us put those stories out so that women who right now are suffering that abuse can understand, I'm in that same situation and she got out, how can I get out? So it really is, I think the answer to your question is, it takes a community of people coming together who decide this cannot continue. Last week in City Council, Clark Atlanta University was recognized as a community resource zone in the campaign against dating and domestic violence. And so what you're going to see coming now out of Clark Atlanta University are programs. Thanks to Verizon and Verizon Wireless and Avon, we already have 12 scholars who have committed themselves to research, study, and service to work towards preventing domestic violence. We're going to have another announcement on the day of the symposium. I can't tell you what it is, but it's incredible. With our School of Social Work. So, we're really committed to Clark Atlanta University itself is not overwhelmed with incidences of dating and domestic violence.
Well, what I want you to do is hold that thought because we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and have some more dialogue with you on this. We'll be right back.